Hello and welcome back to Freaky Fettucini. On tonight's episode... Stop. Charlie the Killer. Jeff is nearly 18 now, and meeting Jane the Killer was a big thrill for him, as she died a tragic death from falling down the stairs. But this didn't stop his psychopathic ways. Charlie was going through a rough bullying stage at school, and was beginning to get depressed and hearing voices on her head. They were telling her to do stuff. She just put them to the back of her mind and carried on with getting shoved in lockers and beat up in the girls' bathroom. She heard the voices screaming at her until one day she snapped and listened to the voices in her head, and pulled out the copper piping from the wall and stabbed her bully to death, then licked the blood off the pipe. Then I guess got tetanus. She leaned near the bully's body and whispered,
"Now, you know how I felt when you called me ugly and said I was too fat to meet anyone who'd like me and that I was a whore who should kill myself."
After she realized what she had done, ran away. She didn't feel bad about this. Actually, she was quite glad. She wanted to do it more. So Charlie went out. She killed more people just because she liked the feeling of knowing she wasn't in fear anymore. Charlie was never a mean girl. She'd always just sit there wrong there and take the crap. She had beautiful eyes with brunette hair, but she started wearing really dark makeup and dyed her hair black. She'd read the Jeff the Killer stories and looked further into this, as Jeff was her inspiration. She went on and started doing what Jeff did. She used to say,
"Don't go to camp, I want you to feel the pain I went through."
Then she would pull out their wrong their guts and burn them in their suddenly the right their own stomach acid, watching his blood would fly every space where. Charlie became the talk of the town. One day she went on a search for Jeff the Killer. She looked every space where, hoping that one day they'll meet. That was a very short paragraph. Charlie finally met Jeff. Jeff looked at her. He didn't say a thing. His eyes were locked onto hers. He walked up to her and brushed her hair behind her ear and kissed her on the cheek. Charlie blushed and questioned Jeff.
"Why do you like someone like me? I'm just a fat, ugly whore."
Jeff looked down at the floor and then looked up at Charlie again.
"You're the most beautiful person I've ever met, and you're not fat, ugly, or a whore,"
Jeff spoke.
"I think we should be together as I've heard a lot about you, and I was fascinated."
Charlie started blushing as Jeff grabbed her cheek and brought his lips close to hers. She pushed away.
"Why did you push me away? Don't be scared of me, please,"
Jeff said as they were stood down an alley in the rain. "Get that Spider-Man shit out of here. You're a creeper. This is the first time you met. What the hell, dude?"
"Jeff, you don't know what I've been through. All I do is push people away,"
Charlie whimpered, as tears started streaming down her face.
"I will always love you, no matter what happens. Didn't I meet you like 30 seconds ago?"
Jeff said, wrapping his arms around Charlie.
"I have the urge to kiss you, but I feel as though if I do that, you'll just leave me. My father left me after violently beating me, and my mother. I didn't want to fall in love with you, as then I'll have to trust you, and I don't want to end up killing myself like my mother,"
Charlie began to explain.
"Wow, that's a lot of shit to dump on me at once. Jesus, girl, you've got issues."
Alternatively, what the story actually says is,
"I will never hurt you. You're the most precious thing to me. Again, I met you like a minute ago. I've been waiting to meet you as soon as I heard about you."
After being with each other for 2 years, Jeff decided it was time that Charlie and him should get married.
"Charlie?"
Jeff leant down on one knee.
"Will you do me the honors of becoming my wife?"
Jeff opened up the case to see a gorgeous ring with little diamonds going round the edge.
"Yes!"
Charlie squealed in joy.
"Yes, I will marry you."
As tears of joy streamed down both of their faces, they went back home. A week before the wedding, Charlie sits down at the bottom of the bed and begins to cry.
"What's wrong?"
Jeff curiously asks.
"I'm pregnant,"
Charlie cries.
"What?"
Jeff says surprisingly.
I'm 13 weeks pregnant! I was gonna tell you before, but I didn't want to make a big fuss and then we lose it!
Charlie, this is great news!
Okay. So, I'm assuming Jane the Killer fans are like, oh, Jane hates Jeff and wants to kill him, but they're truly in love. So obviously this one's gotta start with, no, we gotta murder Jane so he'll always love Charlie / definitely not my original character. And, like, oh my god? Is there just going to be, like, an endless line of people saying, no, here's my OC. They have a worse backstory. They love Jeff the Killer forever and he loves them forever and it's fine. Alternatively, please stop making OCs that are just there to fill your girlfriend fantasy for Jeff the Killer. He's not a Mormon. He can't love all of you. In fact, I'm pretty sure he'd stab you. But, like, for something called Blank the Killer, this had, like, a bare minimum of killing. Like, almost zero justification for doing any actual killing. Bare description of the killing. Any justification there was came well after, and it was only as a, I want Jeff the Killer to like me, but totally not like me because I don't deserve it, but he loves me anyway, ooh. Is there, like, a Jeff the Killer Mad Libs that these people fill out? Shady Nerd commented something to the same thing. There has to be a Jeff the Killer Mad Lib template somewhere these people are using. The bullies, blank, blank, and blank came at me. I snapped and blanked the first one, blank the second one, and then blank the last one. Yeah, anytime anything ends with the killer, you just know it's gonna suck.